Hello and welcome back to Not Just Buildings. Now, you might be wondering, do I have the right podcast? What on earth is Not Just Buildings? Well, listener, I'm pleased to tell you that we have renamed Chamber Vibes to something that more accurately reflects the purpose of this podcast, which is to tell the stories of businesses, nonprofits, and institutions in the area of Bedford, Virginia, which we do by talking to the real local people working behind the scenes. Plus, the new name is pretty catchy, and it's inspired by longtime Chamber and board member Bill Moss, who always says that businesses aren't just buildings, they're people. Thank you, Bill, for your years of service to our chamber and business community. We appreciate you. Anyway, thanks so much for sticking with us as we grow, and if you're new to the podcast, we're glad to have you join us as we kick off 2026. Now, for our official introduction, welcome to Not Just Buildings, where we interview the local people behind businesses, nonprofits, and institutions in the area of Bedford, Virginia. My name is Foster Garrett, and I am the Director of Marketing and Events for the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce, which is a membership organization whose mission is to serve as a catalyst for local business success, a convener of regional leadership, and a champion for a vibrant and resilient economy. However, before we get to the interview, I would like to highlight some of our upcoming programming and events. We offer a little bit of everything for everyone, so I encourage you to stick around to learn more about what's next. But if you want to just jump straight to today's interview, no worries. You can find all of our programming on bedfordareachamber.com, and I'll drop our phone number at the end of this episode, so make sure to listen all the way through. Listeners, it has been a very long time since I've last spoken to you. I hope that you've been filling the void with old episodes of Not Just Buildings. There is a lot to listen to. And if you've been listening for a while, you know that we had a very big event coming up on March 18th, and it was the Career and Technical Education Expo, where we welcomed around 700 8th graders to Susie G. Gibson Science and Technology Center, where they went through stations that were manned by different teachers and businesses in the area to give them a glimpse of some of the courses that might be available to them in high school and some of the careers that lay beyond. It was amazing. It was a huge event. I was so tired after. But I think all of the 8th graders had an amazing experience, and hopefully it helps them with choosing their courses as they get ready for high school. And it was a great way to bring our businesses into Bedford County Public Schools CTE facility and facilitate some of those connections between teachers and administrators and just the schools and our business community. So thank you so much to everybody that participated. A big shout out to our partners at BCPS for collaborating with us on this initiative, which we've been doing since 2017 and we brought back after COVID in 2023. It's come so long. And also to our sponsor, Bedford County Economic Development. We appreciate you so much. You guys are also great chamber partners. Without you doing the presenting sponsorship for this event, we wouldn't have been able to do it again. And we look forward to working with all of you in the years to come. So if you're interested and getting connected with Bedford County Public Schools and having an impact upon the next generation, please reach out to us. We would love to connect you with Trevor Haas, who's the supervisor of CTE and workplace readiness for Bedford County Public Schools, but also the administrators at each high school and the teachers that are working with students every single day, helping them build different leadership skills and also helping them attain certifications in things like HVAC or construction technology or automotive technology. So there's a lot of cool things happening in our local school system, and we would love for you to be a part of it. Whether that's through an internship, serving on an advisory committee, or just coming in and talking to the kids. There's also a reverse career fair coming up on April 29th at Liberty High School for all the graduating seniors at all 3 high schools. So if you're looking to maybe hire a kid right out of high school, that's also a great way to get involved. But again, thanks to everybody that participated, and thank you for wanting to be committed to our students and to invest in them. I was also at a conference 2 weeks ago, the Virginia Chamber of Commerce Executives Conference, and that was amazing. I'm really appreciative of that opportunity, and it was really cool to go back. This is my second year going to that conference, and it's always a great way to learn what other chambers are doing, get some professional development, get some ideas to take back to our chamber, and kind of R&D, as we say in the chamber world, rip off and duplicate. But I also had the chance to be on a marketing panel talking about this podcast. So if you're listening Thank you. I appreciate it because this podcast is a great platform not only for us as the chamber, but also for our members. So it's getting recognition because you guys are listening and because it's working and because it's a great tool to get tuned into our community. We have a lot coming up next. Spring and fall are busy seasons, as many of you probably relate to. We just had a professional development slash networking event yesterday about recruitment and retention. That was absolutely amazing as part of our Smart Networking series. Our next Smart Networking topic is all about marketing, and that will be May 19th. If you are looking to kind of learn what others are doing for their marketing or expand what you're already doing to reach more people or tighten your brand, this is a great way to do that. We have an amazing panel featuring 4 local professionals: Nicole Johnson, who's our director of tourism, Woody Watts, who's the owner and creative director of this very studio, Media Squatch, Leah Jones, who is the marketing director for her family's 4 different businesses, including Confident Equipment and Kubota of Lynchburg, and finally, Chris Morris, who is the owner of Eagle Eye Creative and helps small businesses expand their social media reach. So it should be amazing. If maybe you're really experienced with marketing and you know exactly what your brand is, but you want to, maybe get some more insight into what's working for other people, or maybe you want to share your own experience with others, come on out. Or if you have no idea what you're doing and you just need some help to get started, or maybe you want to learn what tools can make it easier on you, we would love to have you join us. In the meantime, before May 19th, we do have our spring job fair on April 17th. That's coming up really, really quickly. If you're actively hiring, we'd love to have you be a part of it. It is a fantastic event, and it is my favorite event that we do. Both of our job fairs are fantastic opportunities to meet other businesses and to meet a lot of different quality people living and working in the Bedford area who are maybe been out of work for a while, or maybe they're starting their career path, or maybe they're just looking for a new opportunity. And we have another professional development event on April 23rd that's all about receiving critique well and navigating conflict. So if any of that interests you, like I said before, you can learn about everything that we do on bedfordareachamber.com. And you're always welcome to reach out to us with questions. The Chamber would love to hear from you, whether you're a Chamber member, a community member, or just a listener who enjoys our podcast. But that is enough from me. Let's get to why we're here today. Without further ado, please allow me to introduce today's guest, Madison Allen with the Peaks Retreat and Adventure Center. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I know. I feel like we kind of broke one of the cardinal rules of the podcast by talking too much beforehand. I always try to save everything for when we're being recorded. But Madison, I'm super excited to have you here with us today. Your background is really interesting, and so is your organization. So Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and then the Peaks Retreat?
Yeah, so I am relatively new to the area. I've only been here the past 2 years or so. I have been the center manager at the Peaks for, this is my 2nd year. And I'm, very excited. I kind of bring a diverse set of experiences to the table. I'm originally from California, and when I went to school in California, I studied animal science, which kind of led me to work on a couple of cattle ranches out west and that kind of stuff, which you might be thinking, wow, why did that bring you to Virginia, Madison? Well, my partner's family has a cattle ranch out here, and I actually do have somewhat of a background in the types of things that we do at the Peaks Retreat and Adventure Center. I have a master's degree in natural resources, where we were specifically working like outdoors with youth in the state of Idaho. And so that is kind of like the experience that I bring, that I get to apply day to day at the Peaks. But obviously all of my experiences come into play there. A little bit about the Peaks. We are a nonprofit in Thaxton, Virginia, so in the Bedford County area. We kind of serve a variety of groups of people. In the time that I've been there, we have had everything from field trips to weddings to retreats to summer camps. So I've gotten to see kind of like a wide range of events come through the peaks. Typically, we try to focus on educational specific experiences. Our parent company is in New Jersey and they're called Custom Ed. And so they specialize in educational experiences and providing events that kind of like center on some sort of education. And they do kind of like a really cool variety of outreach and projects with companies and businesses all over the country. So we get to just be a branch of that here in Virginia. And so we kind of try to embody their mission to, create educational experiences for the community here.
That's awesome. The Peaks Retreat is so cool. And
it is.
I mean, people really, it is such a hidden gem in Bedford because nobody's really cruising through Thaxton on the daily. It's not really a thoroughfare.
No. And we're also kind of tucked back in there. So it's, you get there and you're like, wow, I had no idea this was here.
Yeah.
We hear that a lot. But it is a hidden gem, especially this time of year with everything turning green again. It's about 66 acres.
Wow.
Yeah. And a lot of it is more or less like, I would say like undeveloped land. Like a lot of it is woods. We have about a central 10 acres with like the main facilities of the property, some of the like activities that we offer groups. And that like central area is where a lot of our infrastructure is. So then the rest is like hiking trails, or some of it is hay land, farmland that we partner with a local farmer to cut the hay on the property and kind of keep it looking nicer, I guess. But yeah, it is for sure a hidden gem. It's tucked back in there.
I feel like people are really discovering it, though. You guys have done a really good job over the last couple of years of kind of getting out there and bringing in those different groups. It's cool to hear you say that you have everything from like weddings to field trips.
Yeah, it's a variety for sure.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny listening to you talk about Bedford Public Schools, because we actually just had Bedford Elementary out there last week. Yeah,
That's
for 2
awesome.
days. Their fourth graders came out for 2 days of field trips.
Aw, what do they do when they're there?
We create some like SOL focused like hikes or activities. And then we also I got to lead some kids through fishing. So we try to keep it like environmental education focused. And then we also did some team building with the kiddos. A lot of it is kind of what the teacher or whoever is leading the event wants. We try to work really closely with event leads to figure out what they are trying to get out of whatever the experience is that we're helping them create. And then just really try to execute that.
That is really cool. Because I feel like there's so much that you guys have to offer. You could probably spend weeks there and not do everything.
Yeah. There's, everything from hiking to zip lining to canoeing to archery, and really it's whatever, like if you can think of it and we can try to create it on site, then we can probably do it. We like when groups come in, we like to tell them we work with you to create the event that you're looking to have. So as long as someone comes in with some sort of a plan, we do our best to help that happen.
Yeah, kind of see the vision through.
Yeah, right.
And I know, so some of our chamber members use your facility for their events.
Yes.
And the Bedford Regional Water Authority, they hold their employee appreciation event.
They do.
And one of the funniest stories that I've heard from them is they try to like, we actually, Jason Michaels, who's their HR manager, he was on the panel yesterday about recruitment and retention, and the employee events came up. And what they really try to do is like break down silos between departments, because Bedford County is so large, like their teams like hardly ever interact cross-divisionally. So when they hold these appreciation events, they want everybody to kind of feel connected and like they can talk to each other. And games and competition always bring everybody together. So I remember them talking about I think it was either canoeing or kayaking, the racing. And the maintenance teams were like so competitive that they were like, again,
Oh my gosh.
we have to go again.
I'm just imagining the Bedford Water Authority event from last year, and even just the team building games got so competitive. And it breaking down boundaries is something that team building games, or honestly, like any sort of competition on site, can kind of, it makes that happen.
Yes.
I mean, if people get into it, and we love to see it. You know, it's funny, and it's great to see those walls kind of come down, especially for adults. You know, where they're just, the walls are built a little taller, a little stronger, and so when those come down and you can truly see people enjoying themselves, no matter the activity or even the purpose of it, it's really great. It makes you feel good. Feels like we're kind of like achieving the mission and the purpose of the place.
Yeah. So. That's so cool. I hope that more people go out there for, if you're listening and you're a business owner and you're looking for something to do team building or a corporate retreat, this is such a cool way to do that. It's just a little bit out of the box. And Anxious for Nothing, great nonprofit. They're also a chamber member and a 2-time nonprofit award winner. Yeah. So yeah, because they're awesome. And they do their camp there every year. And it's so cool because they fundraise throughout the year just to pay for their kids to go and not spend a dime.
Yeah. And they really get full use of the facility. I mean, Anxious for Nothing, they go all out. Like, we love to see how they do use the facility because each group will use it a little bit differently. Like I said, it's kind of we're helping you create what you want to create. So Anxious for Nothing, I mean, they bring in like inflatables, and they set up this like huge slip and slide, and their kids have a total blast. So it's really cool to kind of use that as an example. Like, we have a new group coming in to do a camp this summer, and pitching the property to them used Anxious for Nothing kind of like as the example of like, this is how you can use the property, and we want to see it used. You know, we want to see you get full kind of like what you're paying for. And, we want to help you bring this really cool vision to life, and we want to see your kids have a lot of fun.
That's so cool that you guys have a new group coming in. I know that you also partner with Bedford County Parks and Rec for a really cool summer camp.
Yeah, we do. And that's actually coming up. We're kind of, it went through a little bit of like a revamp. I think this is year 3 of the summer camp. And this year, although it hasn't gone totally live yet, we do have registration up on our website for any parents who are listening. We are going to be offering the summer camp this year on Tuesdays, the end of June through the beginning of August.
Cool.
So instead of doing like 1 week of camp, we thought we might make it a little bit more accessible to a wider range of coming middle schoolers this summer, and offer it 1 day a week over a variety of weeks. We're also trying to use it as kind of like a cool partnership for other Bedford County businesses or like outdoor professionals, I guess. I've been trying to reach out to some people in Bedford who know a lot about the outdoors or have those sorts of experiences, and kind of bring in like a guest speaker or someone to lead a cool activity each day of camp. So we have been talking to the Bedford area master gardeners. I was about to
suggest them.
Yeah, they're great. And then just a couple other local people. We actually got we got some recommendations from Bedford County Parks and Rec of people to reach out to. So those are kind of in the works, but for anybody listening who might be interested, we're just trying to like ramp it up a little bit and bring in some cool experiences for the kiddos this year.
That is super cool. We'll have to talk afterwards because I have some people that came to mind immediately.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited.
I love that you guys do that with Parks and Rec though, because they are amazing. They really are incredible, and our parks are incredible. But to be able to use the Peaks Retreat's full facilities, like that's something that they just don't have. And also, like, I like that you guys are doing on Tuesdays as like kind of like a recurring like. Go check it out. Come try it out.
Yeah. And it'll be like a little bit different each week. So, even if some kids can only participate in, a couple of the days, not all 6 or whatever, like we want each day to be a little bit of a different experience. So, yeah. It should be really cool. And the summer camp isn't the only thing we do with Parks and Rec. They have like such a cool variety of events.
Do they do the Harry Rubai?
Harry Roubaix.
Harry
Yes.
Roubaix. Always say it wrong.
I know. It's a little bit of a funny name. That was done 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's a gravel bike ride on the Bedford County gravel, like that is around the Peaks Retreat and Adventure Center. So there's a couple different lengths of ride that they do. And each ride is named after a certain type of dog.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like a play on a dog and a bike ride.
I was talking to Lee Whittekind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee is amazing. Shout out, Lee. You do so much.
Yes, we love you, Lee.
We love you, Lee.
Great.
He was at our school event. I asked him to do it kind of last minute because I needed like to fill some more space. And I was like, I don't know what you would want to do. Like, I feel like you have so much. He ended up putting those kids through this like event planning workshop where he had them like choose and like make an event as like a small group, and they each had like a different roles, like the planner, like the budgetary person or whatever, and then they presented it at the end, and it was so cool. But I was talking to him about that event because it was the next weekend, and he starts hitting like the bichon fouché, trying to say it like really French. I can't do it.
I'm not even gonna try it.
Apparently he got made fun of by some of the FOPCOS volunteers for saying it just so country. So he was telling me about all the different French dog names that the trails were named after. Such a funny guy.
Yeah. It's Harry Roubaix that's the most I can pronounce.
I can't even get there.
But yeah, it is a really great event. If anybody like is ever just kind of like interested in seeing the facility and seeing like one of the many ways that it's used, that is a really cool event to come be a part of. Or even just like we open up the facility that day to families of the riders or that kind of thing. So even if you ever wanted to just come out and enjoy the property, that's a great day to do it.
Yeah. And do you guys still do, I know for a little bit you were doing like open to the public days during like the summertime. Is that something you guys are probably gonna do this year?
Yeah, I think that's definitely something we're gonna do. We don't have them on the calendar quite yet, just as spring is kind of getting up and running. But usually we offer those once a month or once every couple weeks. And now that the weather's nice, I think that we'll probably get those dates pinned down. This summer we'll probably also have community pool days again.
Oh, cool.
Where once a month we have our pool open to the public, and we open up our pool in either at the end of this month or the beginning of May.
Exciting.
So yeah, so look for those on our website. Come May, most likely, or June will be the first one.
That's awesome. We've mentioned a lot of things that you can do at the Peaks Retreat, but we haven't necessarily covered all the facilities and like things that are available. Do you want to just kind of like run through the list?
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, 66-acre facility, pretty large. On that central 10 acres that I mentioned, we have a pretty good sized parking lot, and then our main indoor building, we call it our main hall, that has a commercial kitchen attached. So a lot of groups will use that space as like their central gathering space, or kind of their I can't think of the word, like meal hall, place where they eat meals. We also have some sort of like AV capacity in there. So some groups will do presentations, or we even have room dividers so people can partition the room off and use it for multiple spaces in one. Once you go all the way through that building, we have a pretty large event lawn. And on the lawn, there's this kind of like gravel gathering area. We call it our campfire garden. So we have some fire pits out there and some chairs so people can kind of gather. We usually set out some outdoor games out there. There's also an outdoor stage. I've seen groups use it as everything from a stage, a wedding ceremony setup, to just people enjoying like a yoga class out on the stage. It's a great spot. And we also have an outdoor kind of like picnic pavilion with 2 bathrooms attached. So that's where a lot of our field trip groups will kind of gather for a lunch spot. And then we have 2 large lodges on site. Each one sleeps up to 40 people. One lodge kind of has like a kitchen, living room, gathering area. And then the other lodge is just beds.
Mhm.
So kind of depending on your preference, your price point, that kind of thing will influence whatever lodging you need. And then if you kind of like go down the hill to the right of the property, we have our pool with some bathrooms attached. And then even further down the hill, we have 2 glamping tents on the property, which are relatively new.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they're each glamping tent has a wooden platform and they're big canvas tents. They sleep up to 8 people a piece.
Oh, wow.
So great for like family getaway, or even some of our groups have used them as extra like sleeping situations. And even last year, actually, we used those camps for the summer camp that we put on in partnership with Bedford County Parks and Rec. And the kids got to do like an overnight camping experience in the
That's so
glamping
cool.
tents, which was really fun. And then, so those are kind of like all of our facilities on site.
Mhm.
And then we do offer a variety of adventure activities as well that groups can add on to their event if it suits them. We have a zip line, we have a tall climbing wall, we have a acre pond on the property, so we also do some canoeing. Groups can do some fishing. We just ask that they bring their own gear. And it's catch and release, but I promise the fish love to bite. So it is a great pond to fish in. We have about 3 miles of hiking trails on the property. We have a 9-hole disc golf course. And then we also have an archery pavilion, like a little small archery range. So many things. I'm out of breath just
I was about to say,
talking about it.
take a moment, take a breath.
Yeah. But it is cool. And it's like anything and everything you can imagine doing outdoors, you can probably do it there, or get a little bit of the experience there. Typically, we pitch a lot of these activities as very beginner friendly. So no matter the level of the participant, you will most likely be able to participate in all of these things. Oh, and we also have a low ropes course. I forgot about that. But that's a big team building kind of like draw. The low ropes course, it has, I think, 11 elements in it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
That's really
cool. You can spend lots of time down there in the woods, in the nature, doing your team building and really getting like the full effect.
Yeah. So I was a summer camp kid. I loved summer camp. I did 4-H, and my favorite was the Phoebe Needle Center in Callaway. I'll tell you about them after. But I loved, like, it was always so much fun going and doing like low ropes and like spending like a week with people that I didn't really know. But then if you came back, maybe you'd see the same people over and over. And it's just like, it's such a cool experience to get to do those things. And like as an adult, like when you're talking about these things, I'm like salivating because I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go do all the memories. Yes. I bet it's really fun to work there.
It is really fun. And like kind of like brings up a good point too, is like, because of the variety of groups that we have, like not every experience for every group is going to be the same. The facilitators that we have are really good at making the experience fun when it needs to be, or, you know, focusing more on like the goals of the group lead when they need to. So like if we have a corporate retreat out there, like some of the more team building elements, while they might be fun, they're probably going to be focused like on a specific like communication skill or group collaboration. Whereas when we have an elementary school group out there for a field trip, while it is going to be focused on some of those skills that are going to be useful for those kids, it's more going to be focused on like having a good time. And they might not know that they're building really cool skills while they're having fun. And it's like an outdoor jungle gym, you know?
Yeah.
So it's, the people, the staff that we have working for us are really good at kind of like tailoring those experiences to the group of people participating.
That's awesome. What do you think is like the coolest thing that you've seen be done at the Peaks Retreat?
Oh, that's a good question.
I know. I told you I was going to ask you some questions.
No, I have to like,
because there's so much.
I honestly don't know. You
can choose one cool thing. One cool thing. It doesn't have to be the coolest.
We had a group from the Roanoke area, the Wild Way. They bring like younger girls outdoors, get them involved in like really cool adventure activities and that kind of thing. And we've had them out to the peaks a couple different times. Last year they came out and they brought a videographer with them. And so they did a lot of our adventure activities. They did like the climbing wall and the zip line and all this stuff. And while it's really cool to be there, like in the experience, seeing the finished product that the videographer created from that, honestly, like this might not be like specifically like something that happened at the peaks, but it was very cool, like the content that was captured from like what seemed like a really simple kind of like experience and fun day, and then what it turned into was, I don't know, I was really impressed, and I really enjoyed seeing like kind of like those two things side by side.
Yeah.
So
I feel like what you're talking about is the storytelling of the experience and of the place. And I feel like that's really important for like, it's important to live in the moment, of course, but capturing something really well and like the authentic experience of it, and then being able to like relive it and share it with people and be like, this is like who we are. This is what we offered. This is what, like, this is all the fun that we had. Like, I think that's really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like a really good way to put it. 'Cause it is like, it's amazing to be a part of the experience, but then to like watch the video back or like see the content back and realize that that's also like what others are getting out of the experience. And like, that actually is like what's being put out into the world. I don't know. It's really nice to know that like that has such like a positive effect on others, I guess.
Yeah. So, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Madison, are you looking for anybody to come use your facility this summer, or are you kind of booked?
We do have some summer availability. So if any of these things sound like they're up your alley, we would love for you to come out and even at least see the facility. If you're looking for a place and you might not know if we are the best fit, I do encourage you to reach out via our website, or call or email us and schedule a tour of the facility, because I'm sure that we can create a really cool experience for you. And I know that especially later in the summer, we do have some availability still. And so I would love for anyone listening, just you might be able to fill that. And so we would love to come out and have you see the place, even if you don't end up booking. Join us for one of our community pool days or our community adventure days, and just come use the facility, because it's a really cool spot and we want to share it with as many people as we can.
Absolutely. And one last question.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking for any volunteers or any like part-time workers for the summer?
We did just do a little bit of part-time hiring. So I think
exciting.
Yeah. I think maybe for staffing wise, we are probably good for now, but we do open up positions typically either before the springtime or at the end of the year. So keep an eye out for the future. We are always looking for volunteers, though, to help us clear off our trails or just kind of like do facility upkeep where necessary. So if anyone is wanting to volunteer or wants to inquire about potential volunteer opportunities, once again, I encourage you either reach out via our website or feel free to give us a call.
What's your phone number?
Our phone number is 540-444-1800. And there's also a really cool ask us a question or something along those lines on our website. And you can inquire there or basically just let us know you're interested. And that'll go straight to the Peaks email, and I will respond to you as soon as I can.
Excellent. Well, Madison, this has been an awesome conversation. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I am excited to be here, and yeah, this has been really cool opportunity. So thank you.
Of course. Well, hopefully I'll be able to come out sometime soon, see you guys again. And
that would be great.
Yeah, I can get some content of my own.
Yes, please do. Please come.
I'll stay in touch.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much again for joining me. You're listening to Not Just Buildings, hosted by the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce and produced by Media Squatch. There's so many great people working together to make the Bedford area a great place to live, work, and do business, and we hope that by telling their stories, our listeners are able to become more connected to our community. After all, there are so many hidden gems, services, resources, and amazing opportunities just waiting to be seized right here in the area of Bedford, Virginia. If you like this interview, I have great news for you. New episodes come out every week, and we have lots of episodes for you to catch up on in the meantime. Episodes are available on Media Squatch Plus, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, our weekly newsletter, Facebook and website, and anywhere else you can find podcasts. If you want to learn more about us at the Chamber, we encourage you to check out our website, bedfordareachamber.com, or give us a call at 540-586-9401. Thanks so much for listening, and keep an ear out for the next episode of Not Just Buildings.